Hello and welcome to my channel. So today we will be talking about menstrual cups and I will be sharing my experience with you. So without further ado, let's get started. Since my first day of periods, I had only used pads. Until 4 years ago, I happened to meet a friend who introduced me to tampons and menstrual cups, and later I came to know about more options that I can use during my periods, like period panties, cotton pads, etc. So my first time of using a tampon was extremely unexpected. I was on my period and I ran out of pads. So I asked my friend whether she had extra pads. She did not have pads, but she gave me tampons instead. I said no, I'm not using it. So she said, don't worry, it's quite easy to use and you'll love it once you start using it. I was very hesitant to use it, but having no choice, I used it. Initially, putting it in was a task, an extreme task. But once it was in, it was so amazing. It felt so comfortable. I did not even realize that I was having a tampon inside me. It was that comfortable. After that, I was introduced to menstrual cups. I realized that, if I use a menstrual cup, I would not be creating half the waste of, not even half, actually not even 1% of the waste that I create when I use pads. For example, if you are on your periods for 5 days and if you use 3 pads a day, that's the minimum amount, okay? That's not how much people use, but let's take it for an example. So if you are on your periods for 5 days and you use 3 pads every day, that means you are creating a minimum of 15 pads by the time your period is over. It goes up and down. So that's a lot of waste, and disposing it is not easy. So you have to always choose sustainable options. And that's how I chose menstrual cup. So now let's talk about menstrual cups. This little thing right here is a savior. So let me tell you the basic thing about a menstrual cup. This is made of silicone material and it's extremely flexible. Okay, extremely flexible. Menstrual cups come in different sizes: small, medium and large. Small is for those under the age of 18 and who haven't had sex. Medium is for those who are under the age of 30 and haven't given birth. And large are for those people who are over the age of 30 and have given birth. Next step is putting the menstrual cup inside your vagina. Make sure you clean your hands properly with soap and water before putting it inside. There are different folds you can use to insert the menstrual cup inside your vagina. The first and the easiest one is to press it like this and then bring one end to the bottom corner, like this. It's called the 7-fold. It's very easy. The top will look like a rose bud. You just have to push it up and release it. You wouldn't hear a pop sound every time. You might, okay? And sometimes you might not. So don't always trust on the pop sound. If it sits properly, you'll feel it. And then once it's inside, just try to rotate it from the bottom. Okay, just hold it here and try to rotate it like this. It will take a little effort, but once you rotate it, it will properly be there and it will create a suction which will make sure that all of the blood falls inside the menstrual cup and there's no leakage or any kind of spilling. The second fold is the C fold. For that, you have to press the menstrual cup like this and fold it from the center like this. It will form a C-like shape. The third type of fold is called the S fold. For that, you have to press your menstrual cup like this, then fold it thrice. 1, 2 and 3. It will form a S-like shape and then you release it. Another type of fold is the punch fold or the origami fold. For that, you have to take your menstrual cup and press one side inwards like this and then fold the two ends together like this. And this is how it's supposed to look. Now let's learn how to clean a menstrual cup. Put it in boiling water for 5 to 10 minutes maximum and disinfect it. So once you have done that, you don't have to repeat the process throughout your periods. No, just do it once. After that, you can wash it with normal soap and water. And once your period is over, repeat the process of boiling it in hot water and keep it safe inside the box or the cover which you're given. The only 2 times you'll have a little difficulty to use a menstrual cup is the first time when you're going to put it in and the second time you are going to pull it out. Those are going to be a little tough because obviously everything is the first time and it's not easy. Once you learn it, it's an easy game. So now let's learn how to remove a menstrual cup. The bottom portion, this portion is going to help you to remove the menstrual cup easily. What you have to do is pinch here and pull it down slowly. Since it has created a suction inside you, it might take a little effort, but it's going to come out properly. So whenever you remove your menstrual cup, you have to make sure that you are inside your washroom so that the blood doesn't spill anywhere, because it might be full and you don't want to spill it anywhere. After that's done, just wash it with normal soap and water and then put it back in. So this is how you can save money and also save our planet and make sure you are using sustainable products during your periods. It might not be very easy initially, but once you learn the trick, you're going to do it very easily and it's going to be so comfortable you would not even know that this is inside you. One thing that I have to share with all of you is that talking about periods or talking about what products should be used during your periods with your mom or your friends or even your brothers is not a wrong thing. Instead, that's what you should be doing. Talk about it openly. It's not a taboo to not talk about it. It's not something disgusting. This is what you should educate your friends, your brothers, and everyone about. This is a very normal process that happens in every female's body once they hit puberty. You are born today because your mother had periods. So if you call periods disgusting, then maybe you are also, No, you don't have to. See, the fact is that you have 3 different tracts. One is the anal tract, then there's the urinary tract, and there's the vaginal tract. Those are 3 different tracts. You don't have to remove your menstrual cup every time you pee. It's a different tract. This is a question a lot of you have in your mind. No, a menstrual cup will not get lost inside your vagina. It's not an endless track, okay? All that you have to do is, if you're not able to find the stem and pull it out, is that you have to squat. Sit on a toilet seat and squat. It will come out slowly. You don't have to worry. Do not panic under any circumstance. So you can wear a menstrual cup for around 8 to 12 hours, but it's always better to remove it within 6 to 8 hours so that you can check whether your flow is too much or has it filled up with blood, and then remove it and clean it and put it back. At night you don't have to worry, just put it in and go to sleep peacefully. It's so flexible that you would not feel any kind of discomfort. No, it does not. It's made of a very flexible material. It might be a little, difficult or might feel a little weird when you put it in and pull it out. Otherwise, you will not even feel that it's inside you. That's all about menstrual cups. I hope this video was informative to you. If you have any doubts, questions or queries regarding menstrual cups, make sure you put it down in the comment section and ask me. I'll revert to you. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and press the bell button so that you get updated whenever I post a new video. So see you all again with yet another amazing video. Till then, bye bye.